charges of failure to assembly driver's license, obstruction, continues acting like a brat, putting herself in handcuffs. She's not getting anywhere by yelling at the cops. She decides to use the race car, accusing the officers of pulling her over because of the color of her skin. Eventually, the officers have had enough of her behavior, so they ask her to step out of the car. However, this is when things start getting serious.
O nie, ktoś mnie dotknął. Nie. You're racist. And
Just like that, the Karen has successfully turned a simple traffic stop into a felony charge. Assault on a police officer is a serious crime and can lead to significant jail time. The woman was taken back to the station where she was charged with driving under
Southwest.
and assault on a police officer. But at least she won't have to worry about a place to live since she'll be spending a big time in jail. Turning a simple traffic violation into a felony charge is crazy. But what happens when a racist Karen fakes a seizure to get away?
Southwest.
In 2022, officers from the Florida Keys Police Department responded to multiple calls regarding an erratic driver. As the officers located the suspect and signaled him to pull over, they noticed that the driver turned into a parking lot without using any turn signals.
You have your license, registration, and insurance? Well, I didn't really. I was following you because we got a call about your driving, and people were saying, from the 100-mile marker, they were calling about a red, yes. When you pulled in here, you made a very, I'm not gonna do that. You're not gonna do what? No, put your car park. Put your car park. Car park now. Ma'am, put your car park. Step out, all the way in park, step out of park for me. Because you were about to take off on me, and you are now lawfully detained. Please step out of the vehicle. you kidding me? I'm not kidding you.
This is 60-year-old Deborah Oda, a former teacher and influencer from Florida who is about to make these officers' lives miserable.
And I'm telling you to get out of the car right now. You tell me to get out of the car right now? Yes. For what? Because I'm conducting a DUI investigation, that's why. DUI? Yes. Seriously? Seriously. We're not joking. So here we are. Breast cancer. My third treatment in breast cancer. And these people have stopped me. Okay. So you think that's cool? Well, based on the fact that several people called in that they were concerned about your driving and how you almost hit them,
Just by judging the slurred speech and seeing her sway as she tries to stand still, it wouldn't take a genius to know that this woman is impaired.
Yeah, that's
Despite
tough.
the situation, Deborah tries to do what Karens do best, playing the victim. However, as soon as that live video goes off, that's when the real show starts.
I don't understand how the sheriff is about this situation. I'm going to get here. My video come out. Let's go over here. Oh, she's gonna take off. Do me a favor, turn. I just want to. Okay, well, we're gonna turn your car off and listen. We're gonna have to take this away from you. Are we refusing to do the rest of these exercises? No. Then let's finish this. Then let's finish. Like I don't want to. Please put the phone down. I want to report on you.
After a failed attempt by Deborah to snatch a license from the officer, she is put under arrest. However, being a Karen, she makes sure to make the process as smooth as possible.
This is not going to end well for you. Are you kidding me? No, we are not kidding you. Give me my phone. We're going to go with you.
Which is, yeah,
We're going to take care of all
Standard
that. Is there
kurwa.
anything other than
Wow.
Deborah finally decides to calm down. Well, at least for a little bit, before going ballistic once again.
where's my Do you need an ambulance? 6211, can you roll rescue 20 our way reference? Our arrestee is unable to breathe.
After hearing the word ambulance, our protagonist decides this is the best time to fake a seizure.
Can you please just so I can breathe? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn you off.
Has arrived to check her out so she can be transported back to the station. However, as soon as they reached the station, she revealed her true racist self.
Come on, sit. Stop. No. No, a black person and a white person united. But you don't give a about her. You stupid. You hate her. You hate her because she's black. You can't stand it. She gets everything that you do. She went all the way up there. Oh, yeah. She should get something. Oh, she shouldn't get anything. She shouldn't get anything. I remember that. No, it's not what she did. We both know what you did. Yes.
Okay. The officers managed to transport Deborah to jail on charges of DUI and resisting arrest. She pled not guilty to the charges, which means that she accepted the punishment without admitting any wrongdoing. She was sentenced to probation along with a suspended license. Deborah's Oscar-winning performance ended her career as an influencer, but the next woman became an overnight celebrity for her poolside racist rant.
You're trash, you're nasty, and you don't belong. I can't.
On July 2nd, 2020, the Lakewood Police Department responded to a call regarding a racist woman who wasn't happy that a Mexican family was celebrating a birthday party at an apartment pool.
So basically, this pool lately has had a lot of pool. So I like to enjoy my pool. I have two girls that don't even come to the pool anymore. It's called pool. So they don't even enjoy it. They're, you know, doing this during the summer. So apparently, I think they had a birthday party or something. But so here's all I did. I was right here. See the contact? So I'm starting it off. I said to him, do you have a phone? Because that's what everyone's saying. It's not just you. Other people are in there asking for a phone. Right, but I said you're only allowed to have two people. If you want a whole key is filled with people. These people don't have a phone. They're only allowed two guys, not 20. So wow, this whole program here comes from the bomb rushes. I had two girls trying to kill me. So I tried to defend myself, but my phone is not, and I have recorded everything. And in front of me, I have my phone. You don't know. They don't want these trees at all. They come in for the party, they're trashy, they're nasty, and they don't belong. I told you.
In case you're wondering, this is what actually happened.
You can't just report me.
Yep.
At this point, she's lucky the victim isn't pressing any charges and she's not in handcuffs. Before taking any action, though, the officers decided that they needed to listen to the other people's accounts before touching base with the racist couple again.
They grabbed the girl's hair, and so then she started to fight back. She felt the top, and then they finally split it apart. And then we were just sitting, now we're sitting on those two chairs right now. And she just keeps going on, saying that we're Mexicans, that we don't belong here, we need to go back to where we came from, we're trash.
Where did you see her? You never seen her.
No, they were on the chairs.
And then how did she grab
She grabbed her by her hair. Yeah. She put herself on the little chairs that were up the hill.
essentially her back?
Yeah. He's like, hey, this is her wife. I don't know here. I'm not even part of that. So then I went over there. What's the deal? She's on the road. And I was like, bikini over there. She swung on her. So then she started fighting. But every time I just even fight her, like, I'm like, here's something to take things. And it's like, hey, let's just chill out. It's like, wait, take your kids out the pool. I just think you guys should fight, right? She's still at it. I have videos of it. And she started pulling back. So she started pushing her out of the pool, saying, you guys do not belong here to that group. The husband and the guy were sitting like they were like they were all talking it out. She swung on the girl and was like,
After reviewing the footage and listening to other people's accounts, the officers drew a pattern and realized who was causing the ruckus. So they went to the couple once again, who now had a different story to tell.
they came over this way. We needed to race the same, which sucks these days. But you know what? You can see all the time. You can see all the time.
What's the attack? Keep playing.
You know, I know. I just, yes. Which I will talk to. Okay, so you got something. I don't know. Obviously,
Right now, he's just taking.
it shows him from there. Which is abuse, assault.
Well, I just need to put this, so that's what I'm trying to do. It's not the first. When you do it, well, it's not this.
Well, they should talk to me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So,
I don't want out of her.
Yeah, that's
8 people seems highly improbable, as she has not a single sign of injury anywhere. In the end, no charges were pressed against either party, but karma still got to Miss Karen in other ways, as her clips went viral and she became an internet sensation. She was labeled as the poolside Karen and even got a special feature on Inside Edition. Talk about an overnight success. Having the community vouch against you has got to suck, but Karen's turning custody battles into race wars is even worse. In 2022, a police officer was dispatched to handle a custody dispute in Columbus, Ohio.
So we went to the hearing that we just had and told the judge the child is residing at 2530. There's a 2530.
Okay.
He's texting me, he said, I just seen you. He told me he's not going to my son. I don't know which house they're in.
Okay. Alright, well then you have to go back and let the judge know that this is happening. They'll file contempt and stuff like that.
For not giving me my son back.
We're not following the court ordinance because it gives you a bad address.
We're not even supposed to meet though. We're supposed to meet at a police station. Not our meet. Like, he didn't show up. He didn't take me to the police. I can't give my son back.
No, it's interference with custody. That's a violation of the custody agreement. It's a civil dispute. It's all in the court. Go down to the court and file interference with custody. I would go down and file an interference with custody with the court. That's the appropriate way to handle this. Stand out here so I can accomplish your goal. The legal way to go about doing that is go down and file an interference with custody. I can make a report, but you still have to go down to the court. They gave you this address. It's not a real address. Okay. Well, I mean, it's only 1:30. The court's still open. I would recommend that you go that route. If you hang out here, you're not going to get in court on time.
Up until this point, the police interaction seemed pretty normal, with the police officer explaining the situation to the woman and advising her on what she should do next. However, being absolute Karens, the woman decided that they knew the law better than the police officer and continued looking for the house until the same police officer had to respond to yet another 911 call made by them. According to the call, the woman found the house they were looking for, but somebody there held up.
Alright. You guys are causing this problem right now. You guys are causing this problem. Get out of the road.
Oh, wait, alright.
Let's move! You guys are coming here causing this problem, and then you're going to call me and start whining.
Yes, listen,
No, that's not how it works. What did I tell you to do? I told you to go to court, right? I took her. Okay, you're older man, you should know what to do. You should know how to have this call. You guys need to get in your car. You need to go. You take stuff to court. She's in her house. I understand you're upset.
okay, this is the wrong part, police. I'm not going to call y'all. I know, call me,
You go back on the law and speak on job.
but you wait to somebody see her. They gonna put somebody's child in there. And she got the wrong grandma.
Yeah, you got the job, right?
I saw it today.
Yeah, it's on your rules, right? What's that? You don't tell me your job is to bring it up, right?
I don't know if it was a kid color. That's what it's on.
That done is also
Realizing the officers don't follow her version of the law, the woman pulls out the race card, even though one of the officers she's talking to is African American and just like her. Luckily, though, the second officer stood up for his partner instead of folding under pressure.
My family was involved in a crash. This is the first officer there. I know this officer well. Some people don't know. Let me finish the conversation, okay? When people want to throw terms of what I believe this person is out here, before you truly know something, unless you have something written in blood and stone, the sheriff will not say so. Look at how you see how I'm trying to talk to you. I'm talking to you. I'm at the 50-yard line, okay? But I'm not saying BS.
I don't need it.
Okay? But what I'm trying to approach with a wrong person. Here's I understand that. Yeah. So listen, we're going to take the floor, okay? Discuss the issue, unfortunately. Man, I wish we could get you shout for you, but here's the thing. Unfortunately, these things happen, okay? I know you're going through a very unfortunate thing. That's why we people, we stuff. We can go through the floor.
Ciągniej kurczę, nie? No ale ciągnie kurczę, ale mniej.
Realized they won't be getting anywhere by talking to the woman, so they just left the scene. They didn't make any arrests, despite having probable cause for disorderly conduct and threatening. While accusing a black officer of being racist against black people is obscene, feeling entitled to steal because of your skin color is so much worse.
So, congrats on your film. That's
On July 4th, 2023, officers responded to a call regarding a woman who was acting suspicious at the store. She was asked by the store employee to leave the store after she refused to leave the bag at the counter and concealing items. However, as the officers arrived at the scene, they quickly realized that she won't be listening to them without a fight.
so the store is not one shopping here anymore. So we need you to go to the front with us real quick, okay? You have that key on you? What's that? No, okay. Well, take time. We'll walk up here in the front and get your information real quick because they don't want you trespassing. Well, they asked you to leave your bag. You don't want to leave your bag. You go, oh, that's their rent is the store. You're not free to leave. You understand that? Okay, where's that? Okay. Sorry? You don't have that key? And the manager didn't talk to them. Who's your last name? If they want you to trespass the store, all right, step your information and you'll be on your way in just a minute. No, not but how old are you? How old are you? You're number one. Let me clarify. The store has a policy to put your bag inside. If you talk to me after you go back to front, you refuse to do so. He wants you working with you. He wants to trespass. We're gathering your information. Just do a trespass card. That's it. If you're lying about your name, you're going to go to the front. You're going to go to jail. This is your one opportunity. That's it.
All the woman has to do is provide the officers with her name and go on with her day. However, being the Karen that she is, she refuses to identify herself and keeps arguing with the cops, which eventually led to her arrest. That is when things started to get serious.
Carefully. Anytime around. Come around. Not resistor. You will go to the ground. Not. You're going to be back or you're going to go down to the ground. Do not pull away. Please direct over here. No, do not. Right now, you're going to go to jail for resisting if you don't knock it off. You're being detained. Go straight to the ground.
Radiu, ty kupował dzisiaj żółty ser?
Tak,
A zaczynałeś go czy nie?
nie.
Dziak, który ty. O Jezu.
If you distinguish your name, you've been out of here. You've already been on your way. Okay, fine. Go in there. Sit down. We gave you enough opportunity. Right into it. Give us your name. You want to play the game. So, come play games, we'll play games.
O ludzie. Oj, trzeba się podziałać za robotę.
Trying to play the race card after literally hurling racial slurs at the officer is peak Karen behavior. Had the woman listened to the officers and just identified herself, none of this would have happened. However, just when the officers think they have seen the worst of her, our protagonist decides to catch a stray felony.
You kick me, you commit felony. I don't give a Alright. Stop. Strap down. Tell us to pass the door. Okay. So, congrats on your felony. That's it.
Albo tu.
Stay right there. Stay right there.
Kurwa, nie chciał.
The woman spit on both police officers and heard herself a charge for aggravated battery, a crime that can lead to up to 5 years in prison and hefty fines. Finally, the officers managed to restrain her and take her back to the station, where she was also charged with resisting arrest with violence and giving a false name. Her bail was set at $7,000. Had this woman cooperated with the cops, she would have walked away scot-free. But it seems digging their own graves is something all Karens love doing.
What are you doing? You're not getting hard. No, you shut up.
In June 2022, a police officer from the Sloan Police Department was performing routine patrol when he noticed a red car driving erratically and cutting others off in heavy traffic. As he pulled the driver over and walked up to the window, he was met with a woman named Rusha Mitchell.
You pull that little stunt over there, how you cut everybody off, accelerate like a crazy person. How about just grab heavy gear? You just help me for that. That's not an accident, so I need your license. But your driving's horrible. There's no need for it. You could cause 2 or 3 accidents. No, you were driving aggressively. You know what? Bumper to bumper traffic at 91 at this hour. You should not be driving that way. You were so lucky that you didn't cause an accident. License, insurance, please. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're saying. I can't hear you with the traffic right now. You gotta speak up. Okay, that's a license. You don't have insurance?
I do have insurance. I don't have my insurance card with me.
Can you bring it up to your phone or no?
After getting her license, the officer ran it through the system and found out that it was suspended.
Let me step out of the car. Your license is suspended. Well, and if you go by the computer, and the computer is suspended, do you have any paperwork on you? So I need you to step out of the car, because I asked you, but can you step out of the car? Step out of the car. Step out of the car. You have nothing on you? What's in your pocket right there? Your right pocket? Nothing. Okay.
Just from this statement alone, it's clear that the woman is trying to make the situation look like a race issue. Nonetheless, the officers have a job to do, so they sit her down in the back of a squad car to search her car. The search didn't turn up anything except for some prescription pills and some sheep. But since Ohio is the legal state and the driver didn't seem prepared, she wouldn't be getting in trouble. However, all this sitting around and waiting has made Risha impatient, and it's only a matter of time before she has a meltdown.
What's the problem? Okay, she don't want to talk to me. She wants to be on the phone, so we're not going to stand here. She's on the phone. Go, please go on the panel. She's on the phone. From the U.S.? Yes. I'm applying for her plates. No insurance. All right, we're done here. We're done here, guys. Go, we're done here. Stay away from the car. Stay away from the car. Stay away from the car. No, I'm not. You're trying to go. Oh, everything's great. Yeah, it's all like, yeah. If you're on the driver's license, don't distract the car tag. I have nothing to do with anything. It's our fault, right? State of Ohio. Property in state of Ohio. It's suspended. Okay, that doesn't mean. Just because people don't want to do it the right way, doesn't mean we're not. Okay, we're out of here. You know, we're done. She wants to pull that car, we're out of here. We're out of here. We're out of here. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to entertain that kind of thing either.
The officers are understandably done with this woman for calling them rapists for literally just existing and doing their job, so they decide to leave the scene. However, the woman isn't ready to let go just yet.
Sam, what are you doing? No, you shut up. Get away from the car. Get away from the car. Get away from the car. Get outside. Okay. You're on video too, so let's step aside. Alright, let's get out here, guys. Let's get out. Let's get out.
That's the way we go.
consequences.
Officers managed to calm her down and took her back to the station, where she was charged with a felony count of assault and misdemeanors for resisting arrest and obstruction. In the end, she was found guilty of assault and resisting arrest. Cops are normally the ones making first contact with Karens, but what happens when a creepy racist Karen comes to meet them first? On August 5th, 2022, a police station in Illinois received an unwelcome guest who claimed that she wanted to file a police report.
Yes, Miss.
So I was told by the county sheriff that I can file a police report.
Better rock. We're not taking any more reports for you.
I haven't taken any, so
Yes, we
now I'm a civilian. What is the case?
Miss, what are you trying to report?
I am trying to report that I have T-Mobile phone records.
I don't.
Okay, is this like some alternate reality where I have an email that you can't see?
I am not. We're not real in this case. We're not
There
investigating.
is this case because I haven't filed one yet.
I'm not taking a report.
Okay, I'm gonna stand here. Well, you let me take the file case. You have the million. I have the right to do so.
If you want to stand there long, you can't. But if you're disruptive, you'll be arrested.
Judging by the tone of the police officer, it is clear that the woman is not visiting them for the first time, and what she does next, she makes sure that the officers keep her in there for at least a few days.
Hey, look, I'm being arrested.
I'm not arresting you now. Yeah, you're under arrest. No. Don't stop. Stop. You're under arrest. Stop.
Roger. Don't
Yeah.
get out.
Okay, you don't have to arrest me.
You're under arrest. You better be. You're under arrest.
Trust you because you are taking the right to file a police report.
You call the paramedics to have you checked out. Stop resisting. Put you in handcuffs behind your back. We're trying to be polite to you. So what's it going to be?
I'll remain
You're
cooperative.
getting handcuffed. You're under arrest.
Alternate reason.
Just let us know.
Alternate reason.
Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest.
I'm sorry, I don't understand much. I believe in God, the Father.
Stop resisting.
I don't want you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're not gonna file a police report,
Additional charges resisting arrest, obstructing justice, do not kick anyone.
sir, what am I getting arrested for?
Battery police officer. Yeah.
I need that. I'm sorry. I understand. You just, yeah.
Relax.
The more you watch this woman interact with these officers, the worse it gets. It is clear that the woman is mentally unstable, as she went through all 7 stages of grief within the first 2 minutes of getting arrested. If you're wondering what the woman did for the officers to resent her so much, one of the officers gave a backstory to one of the paramedics. Listen to cry.
So, this was arrested for violation of the conviction of march. During that time, he started stalking police officers. Subsequently, was arrested for harassment by telephone to one of the officers. She was a big boss. Frequently, she's tried to do this in the past. We've repeatedly told her we're going to take her report. So she came in today, unannounced, and told her I'm not taking any reports. So she pushed me, and then she started screaming quite loud. She shoved me, and she was screaming. Karen probably heard her. Yeah, she's interested. Now, we may charge later. We'll have to the hospital, and she's in medicine.
After hearing the full backstory, it becomes even clearer just how unhinged and unstable this woman is. Showing up to a police station despite being arrested for harassment. Or, for this case, however, she racked up a felony.
Fuck.
Charge of aggravated battery and misdemeanor resisting arrest. I don't know if dealing with mentally unstable racists is part of the job description, but it definitely isn't an uncommon occurrence. Six, 2022, officers responded to a call regarding a woman who was falsely accused of incidents. However, as soon as the police officers arrived at the scene, they realized it's going to be a long day.
Close to causing disruption.
But she's also very drunk. Judging by the woman's slurred speech and the alcohol odor, the officers clearly know that she's not sober. But when they ask her how much she's had to drink, she decides to remind the officers of her race, in case they didn't know already.
How much have you had? Because you're showing signs of intoxication. You don't act like this. Causing people alarm, concern, causing people to move out of your way. Intoxicated. I can smell it on your breath. I don't know what you're doing. I've never said anything about this. I don't know what your point is. Where's your ID? That's my point. Knocking yourself signing. Yes, you did.
Eventually, the officers decided that they had enough of the caring, so they decided to arrest her. However, that is when everything became a spectacle.
Absolutely not. It's nation of laws. Stop it. Stop fixing up. Stop it.
You think that yourself in public and being put in handcuffs, the Karen would calm down, right? But this woman seems hell-bent on ruining these officers' lives, as she keeps screaming at everyone passing by, asking them if they are white. This is my...
I'm negro.
The officers finally get her out. The woman further escalated the situation by trying to kick one of the officers. In case you didn't know, assaulting a police officer while he's trying to arrest you is not exactly the smartest thing in the world. This that counts as a felony and can lead to significant prison time. However, the woman didn't seem to be fazed by any of that, as she keeps asking others if they're white.
Put your feet out straight now.
Stary, kurwa, nie interesuje. Druga wczesna, kurwa, jego mać. Dobrze.
arrest in public intoxication. The officers surely won't be confused about this woman's race, but what happened? Racist parent is kicked by the main party.
Okay, let's get in. You're accusing me? That's right.
On October 28, 2022, a police officer responded to a call made by a woman who was mad after she got kicked out of a party.
So, yep, just want to say it over there for me. I got more officers coming.
We were already in there. Then the guy who owned the said security told you to get out. So I'm getting out waiting for my friend. I was there, y'all being racist, y'all rude when they called me out. And they called my other friend out, and she suspended me. And I had a problem with that. And then he wanted to call the police, so I'm touching him. I touched his phone, so I said, I want to talk to police too. And she's still up in there. They keep letting her go back in, but I can't go back in because I'm black. And she's not.
Yeah.
And she tell me I'm drunk, but I'm not. I'm perfectly sober. I can walk in the straight line right now, sir. And then the both of the security, the white and the Mexican one, said, well, I gotta get out. But my other friend was able to go in and out.
Okay, so hear me out for a second, okay?
I'll hear you.
Whichever way you try to paint it, kicking someone out of a house party isn't illegal. But when the officer tried to explain this to the woman, she wasn't too happy.
This is the overarching thing.
And I'm the only one who got told that.
So I got the other officer talking with them. I'm gonna be talking with everyone, trying to make sure everything's all good.
I don't really care. I try to go home and she, and they keep letting her in and out, but I can't even go in.
Okay.
Then I'm
No, so here's the thing, it's their apartment.
Doing illegal to say like y'all not getting up. They can
What
go
are they
in
doing?
and put illegal stuff.
No, it's illegal, that's
Okay, that's they do it.
okay. So unfortunately, I can't go in there without a warrant. I can't go in there without a warrant. Here's the thing, they don't want you in there.
Okay, they don't have to do it. They left me out, but the other person who was in the fight, they still like stay there and go in and out. You see the one who started it.
Hey, hear me out, hear me out.
Let's get that right there. I'm trying to talk. I don't care.
I know, but here's the thing, you don't want to be causing the scene with them. Did anyone put hands on me?
No, that's that fight didn't happen.
Happened a month ago, it happened a
A
month
month ago, yes,
So-
we already talked about it. Yeah, nothing happened.
Yeah, but we're gonna be talking with them, and here's the thing, as long as they're like, you're good to go, you can head out, I got.
They don't have no finish. The people in there doing coke and everything, and they're not saying no.
As she realized, the law doesn't revolve around her hurt ego. The woman tried to narc on the others, hoping the officers would go inside to arrest them. Unfortunately for her, the officers can't enter a house without a warrant, so her dreams of getting revenge on the host were crushed. The only thing left for the woman to do now was to accuse the police officers of being racist. Eventually, the officers had enough of her behavior, so they arrested her for trespassing.
Okay, I'm gonna explain. The legal justification to you. Security. That's it.
Okay, but at the same time, they said that she was here first, and they kept letting her in. Y'all are racist, and I'm gonna tell her. Okay, racist as hell. Okay, let me take a video of this. Y'all are racist. You go, okay, let's get in.
You're refusing to leave, that's right.
Oh, leave.
You're dumb. We asked you to leave for 12 minutes. Flag up, put your hand behind your back. You did
I'm suing you. Don't worry about it. I'm suing you. Don't worry about it. Keep my shirt off.
So now your friend do it for you?
No, because she fucking shoot.
I'm talking about pulling your shirt up. That's just fine.
Stop touching me. I don't know. Why did she arrested? Because you got arrested. You didn't change. I did. I'm suing you. Don't worry about it. Y'all racist. Why is she arrested? She gave her property. She was involved in the fight. Why is she still here?
You did leave.
Okay, she didn't either. So arrest her too.
Are these yours?
No, arrest her too.
Even in getting arrested, she was more concerned about her friend not getting arrested when her entitled attitude perfectly explains why she was kicked out of the party in the first place. The woman was taken back to the station, where she's presumably charged with resisting arrest and criminal trespass. Throwing your friend under the bus when you are the problem is just pathetic, but attacking restaurant workers because of their race is on a whole other level. On August 6th, 2023, a police officer was called to a restaurant to handle an altercation that broke out between a customer and the owner of the restaurant, with the customer harassing other patrons and even striking the owner.
Wow. It's crazy. I was in the office. She's like, I don't know who the hell you are. I said, she worked with like a customer. She worked like, I know you, you're Hispanic, you know, this is, look, it's 5 years old.
He said that I could hang up. I don't know. Can I get that phone, please? Can I get that phone, please? Ma'am?
She's gone. You're not calling 911 again.
Ma'am?
You're not calling 911.
Ma'am?
You're not calling 911 again.
Can you hear me?
Judging by the woman's demeanor, it is clear that she's intoxicated, which would explain her random randomly lashing out at the restaurant owner and harassing other patrons. This also gives the officers probable cause to arrest her. However, the woman tries her best to make that as difficult as possible.
But you cannot detain me. Am I under investigation for what? Battery? Well, I have not done anything. No, you said it. No, you said it. No, 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 no. You said it. No, you said it. No, that's right. You said it. You said it right here. No, you said it right here. No, you said it right here. Sir. No, 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 no. Under my, no, yes, no, I'm not going to jail. I'm not doing anything. Sir, I have not done anything. You cannot take me to jail. You cannot take me.
After getting her to sit in the back of a cop car, it was now time to transfer her to the station. Unfortunately for the police officer, that would be one hell of a ride.
Sir, what's your arrest? Sir, you want to tell what I'm under arrest for? No? Yeah.
Not a deputy.
What's my son?
You already got told.
Will you let me know what I'm under investigation for?
Well, you're no longer under investigation.
So what am I under deputy for?
Well, first of all, this is not a deputy's car. This is a police car. This is a police car.
What? Sorry, what?
This is a police car.
What am I in with these problems?
To go to jail. To go to jail.
Go to jail?
Yeah.
For what?
Resisting.
When did I show?
And battery.
No, 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 no. I want to know when I showed resistance or so.
Alright, I'm done talking.
I'm sorry.
I'm done talking.
No, no, no. So I want to know in what way did I resist arrest? I want to know, sir.
I'm finished. I'm finished talking. Thank you.
No, no, no. I want to know when I resisted arrest. Because I'm being put in county jail.
As if she isn't unbearable enough already, she somehow manages to make herself even less likable.
What?
Stop kicking on the door. Stop.
Kurwa, dużo tych pierdolonych w Izraeli.
Stop kicking. Stop.
Take me down.
I'm going to the jail. Stop.
Jakieś kurwa machine guna? Nie.
The abysmal woman was charged with a felony count of battery and a misdemeanor resisting arrest. The cops likely had to listen to the screeching pterodactyl for several long hours. But dealing with a cop's drunk racist daughter will surely require some pain medication.
I know, my boss, come on.
On March 30th, 2024, an officer was driving around in his patrol vehicle when he noticed a car parked in the middle of the road, obstructing the roadway. So the officer decided to approach the vehicle to investigate. But as he walked towards the car, he noticed a young woman sleeping behind the wheel.
Hey, what's going on? Joliet Police. What's it? What's going on? Okay, why don't you jump out so I can talk to you? What's going on? You tell me? Why don't you jump out so I can talk to you? Where do you stay at? Okay, here, come on. Step out and talk to me. You okay? Step your car. You're full of the car. That's fine. Okay, we'll put it in your pocket. Let me go step over here.
Right off the bat, the woman's bloodshot eyes and slurred speech told the officer that the woman is impaired. In the police report, the officer also described a strong odor of marijuana coming from within the car.
Put your phone in your pocket. Because I'm trying to talk to you. Did you put your phone on so we can have a conversation? Don't have distracted. So what's going on? I want to put you on.
20 minutes ago, waiting for somebody to pull up to say,
Okay. You know where you're at?
yeah, well, that's what it is.
So what's her address?
I don't know, it's good for this shit.
You ran out of
It's one of the gas. So I found somebody to come with some gas in my car. And that's just gonna give me a ride. You want to?
We can see about arranging. I'm trying to talk to you.
Give me a ride if you want. If not, I'm gonna go back to my car so I can find
Okay, we're not doing that right now. If we're done with this. We're done with this. Let go. Or I'm gonna arrest you. Let go or I'm gonna arrest you. Let go or I'm gonna arrest you.
Not only is she hot, but she is also incredibly rude to the officer for seemingly no reason. If she continues acting like a rat, she'll soon find herself in handcuffs. The officer clearly knows that the woman is high, so he tries to ask just how high the woman actually is.
So much for this phone today. Why is your personal?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. I'm trying to talk to you.
I'm just trying to tell you, I'm sitting here waiting for somebody to pull up so I can get some gas, and that's it. That's what I'm sitting here for. You don't have to ask me like, oh, you got, like, I don't have nothing.
Okay,
My car.
Can I talk to you a second?
I don't have nothing.
What's your name?
I don't see you.
Ian, so the reason why I'm asking you, okay? I'm sitting right. Can I finish my conversation? The reason why I'm asking you, yes, you're sitting in the middle of the roadway, you're blind, right? And, but you're also slumped in the middle.
If you can get to that
What-
antenna
I'm
being
sitting here, I'm waiting. I'm tired.
you could amplify the signal. Should be enough with the jammers you already
Okay,
have.
where do you work? Where are you headed?
I'm tired.
Where do you live at?
Fogo, I told you that.
Do you know what street you're on right now?
This is my best friend's house. I just told you that. I need to drop her off.
You didn't tell me that you're dropping her
It
off.
doesn't matter. I don't have to take that. That's none of your business. I'm just letting you know this is my best friend's house. Just telling you, I ran out of gas. Not a problem. I'm waiting for somebody to bring me some gas. And that's it.
What time did you get up?
3.
And what time did you drop her off?
I don't know. I don't keep tabs on that. I just came to drop her off. And that's it.
You're slumped at the wheel, you're got heavy bloodshot glassy eyes, and you were slurring your speech.
Yes, I'm tired. I just got off work. Yes, I'm slumped over the wheel. Yes, I'm tired. I'm tired, actually. I just got off work. Just nothing.
It's what
I don't smoke.
Why is he saying car smelling?
It don't matter. I don't smoke.
Don't you just hate when you get out of work and accidentally fall asleep in the middle of the road? That happens. The officer is doing a great job at staying composed despite her attitude, because I surely wouldn't be able to do that. After a few telling the officers to go to hell, our protagonist tried to walk back to her car, which proved to be her worst mistake yet. Fortunately for us, though, we get to see karma in full action.
Just stay over here, stay over here, you're not free to leave. Fine, you stop from the party line.
Kurwa, ile tranu.
You're not, I'm not listening to you. I'm not I don't know what's going on. Okay, you'll stand over here for me. Let me ask you this.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, let me ask you this. Are you willing to put on a corner and run samples like this is what's going on?
Nice.
I'm asking you a simple question. Okay, let's put our hands behind your back and arrest you. Put our hands behind your back. Got your arrest for assault. Got your arrest for resistance. You're in. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back.
Się co?
Take a seat.
Jeden. Drugi.
Aggravated battery on a police officer for riding a cop, resisting arrest, DUI, and operating an uninsured vehicle. Quite the criminal record.
He needs to Przypominają ci o terminach płatności i fakt samą płacę podatku. Tak jest.
Najgorsze, co może być, to ten sam rząd, ten sam prezydent z jednej partii, którzy tylko i wyłącznie słuchają jednej osoby w trudnych czasach. Nie ma gorszego scenariusza dla Polski.
Że jesteś prezydentem Warszawy z ambicją do zostania prezydentem całego kraju. Sprawa jest prosta. Już dwukrotnie wygrałeś wybory na szefa stolicy, więc masz spore doświadczenie w przekonywaniu do siebie ludzi. Przecież wybory prezydenckie to w sumie ten sam proces, co samorządowe ci sami ludzie. Wystarczy tylko założyć odpowiednią maskę. Jest jednak jeden. Możesz nosić tylko jeden naraz. A wszyscy dookoła widzą, że jeszcze wczoraj wyglądałeś zupełnie.
Dlatego, że przez najbliższe 2 czy 4 lata, jeśli będziemy mieli monopol władz, która jest nieprofesjonalna, która chce nas dzielić, która nie ma pomysłu na przyszłość, która chce tylko i wyłącznie rozdrabywać stare rany, to jest najgorsza możliwa recepta dla Polski. I dlatego, widząc to, co się dzieje w Polsce, jestem przekonany, że wygra kandydat zmiany, a nie kandydat przeszłości i rozpamiętywania tego, co było, kandydat jednej partii rządzącej.
Rafał Trzaskowski jest rozpatrywany jako faworyt. Jest, że jego stażowe studia, a jego ulubione kary polskim słową ręce umacniają się na swoich pozycjach. Ostatnio doszło nawet do tak zwanej pijanki i tuż. Okazało się pierwsze w tej kampanii badawczej, w której Nawrocki wygrywa z Trzaskowskim. Wiele wskazuje na to, że ogromna część Polaków wcale nie ma ochoty na to, żeby prezydent Warszawy reprezentował cały kraj. I ciężko im się dziwić, skoro sam Rafał Trzaskowski coraz częściej pokazuje im zupełnie twarz. Jednego dnia każe ściągać krzyże w ratuszu, by już następnego wspólnie z konserwatystami z PSL-u sprzeciwiać się obowiązkowej edukacji zdrowotnej w szkołach. Jednego dnia mówi sprawa Ukrainie, a drugiego mówią odbiera granicą świadczeń socjalnych. Pytanie brzmi, skąd wynika taki brak spójności? Po co Rafał Trzaskowski próbuje się przypodobać centrowej i prawicowej stronie elektoratu, jednocześnie zawodząc swoich dotychczasowych, żelaznych wyborców i skąd wzięły się wszystkie twarze Trzaskowskiego? Seria analizowanych kandydatów trwa. Nie odcinek koło Nawrockim, a dziś mamy Trzaskowskiego. Komentarzu to powinien być następny. To jest dalej. Kiedy żywność jest dalej. Spodem 5 zredukujesz cenę. Ale wtedy się stwierdza. Trzeba zmienić to, że Rafał Trzaskowski nie jest nowym polskim politykiem. Zdobył doświadczenie na wielu pozycjach, choć można powiedzieć, że na większości z nich nie zagrał. Już w 2000 roku działał w tej branży. Najpierw jako doradca Jacka Sarkowskiego, sekretarza Komitetu Integracji Europejskiej, następnego doradca delegacji Platformy Obywatelskiej w Parlamencie Europejskim. Bruksel czuł się widać tyle dobrze, że w 2009 roku sam został posłem. W następnych latach Trzaskowski wspinał się po kolei dla kariery. W 2010 roku był funkcję szefa sztabu wyborczego Hanny Gronki-Walc, gdy ta starała się o reelekcję prezydenta Warszawy. Następnym krokiem była pozycja ministra administracji i cyfryzacji w 2013 roku, a w 2014 został przeniesiony do Ministerstwa Spraw Zagranicznych na posadę sekretarza stanu. Też posłem na Sejm, lecz nawet nie dokończył swojej kadencji, ponieważ w 2018 roku wygrał w pierwszej turze wybory na prezydenta Warszawy.
Źle zapach. Piękna, ale delikatna konsystencja. To jest
Polski. Sukces w 2024 roku, ale w międzyczasie wydarzyło się coś, co powiem. W 2020 roku obecnie naszła przez wszystkiego swojego lata swojego lata, która była lata Polska. Można że Trzaskowski był zamiennikiem, może nie tańszym, ale na pewno sondażu lepszym. Jako że w momencie podmianki czasu do pierwszej tury nie został wielki, to kampania Trzaskowskiego musiała być bardzo skompresowana. Nie wiem, czasu na powolne budowanie swojego wizerunku jako państwa. Na szczęście miał już sporą rozpoznawalność jako prezydent miasta stołecznego. Tego bagażu rozpoznawalności wystarczyło mu jednak tylko do przejścia do drugiej tury, której został pokonany przez Andrzeja. Być może dawno już zostawiła na jego konturze rysę, ponieważ zdecydował się startować w wyścigu prezydenckim ponownie. Tym razem miał przed sobą dużo większe wyzwanie, ponieważ w 2024 roku był dopiero kandydatem na kandydata, a za konkurenta miał kolegę z partii. I w tej politycznej walce był to przeciwnik ciężkiej, nie warto się na moment przy tym zatrzymać. Pod koniec 2024 roku zarówno Rafał Trzaskowski, jak i Radosław Sikorski bardzo chcieli zawalczyć o wodę prezydenta, bo mieli świadomość, że realnie tylko jeden z nich może wystartować. Nawet jeśli udałoby się im zorganizować dwa osobne komitety wyborcze, to i tak główną część głosów czerpali z tego samego elektoratu, więc start ich obu oznaczał w praktyce porażkę zarówno dla Trzaskowskiego, jak i Sikorskiego, a w konsekwencji całej platformy.
Zwycięzca uzyskał 70